What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the world's greatest comic book channel with the world's greatest comic book shows for the world's greatest comic book people, ready to win the world's greatest monthly giveaway. It's episode 1 of Fill in the Blanks with C-Bizzle and Green Shirt Guy. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Day. Where are the heroes? As soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman.
So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
Wow. I'm dying.
Switch to me.
We have the effect on people.
Never eat Honey Nut Cheerios before the podcast. Welcome to Fill in the Blanks, ladies and gentlemen. Premiere episode of the Council of Comics drawing show featuring C-Bizzle and Green Shirt Guy. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Doing
I
well.
don't like everybody looking at my junk. Can you put my face up?
And side note, Honey Nut Cheerios is a good choice of cereal, my friend.
It is.
I
It's
know.
good for your heart, right?
Yes.
Yeah, top tier.
It's killing my throat right now, though.
You know you're supposed to chew them, not just a one throat them, right?
I know, but they're just so good. I'm like Cookie
I'm
Monster.
stealing that
Like,
term, by
cookies.
Where's your guy? I'm stealing that quote.
All right.
With one throat him.
So, we want to welcome everybody to the show. Oh my god. Okay.
Sam's dying.
All right. No. I'm good. This is the premiere episode. We can't mess it up as much as we already messed it up. We got to
I know,
keep
right?
moving forward. All right.
Captain Dead.
Welcome
Arrow,
to the
right?
show, ladies and gentlemen. This show is about C-Bizzle and Green Shirt Guy and whatever random guests we have in the future, drawing a specific cover for a specific character. And for the first episode, we blocked out the first 3 episodes, but they wanted to do the Absolute series, and we're starting off with Absolute Superman for our first episode. Why did you guys choose Absolute Superman or the Absolutes? We'll go Green Shirt Guy first.
I think it was because we both had it, to be perfectly honest with you. We could do all in because I think I can get an all in at some point if you want to do that in the future. But we thought with the new all in universe, we would bang those out because they're available, and Superman was the first one. At least that's
C-Bizzle?
my thought. You can chime in if I'm wrong, C-Bizzle.
No, you're not wrong at all. Another reason why I was doing it because this is one of the hottest universes out right now. Everybody seems to love them. Plus, I thought it would be fun to draw, different version of these heroes that normally, like when I was a kid growing up, I would draw Superman, draw Batman. Side note, the first time I ever seen anything being drawn was my father. He drew Batman in front of me on a napkin with an ink pen, and that was actually what got me into drawing. So now I could draw a different variation of these characters. I'm excited.
All right. Excellent.
Plus,
tool?
plus we've been dumping on Jim Lee so long. We figure we should show what
Shame on you.
Hey, I have not been dumping. Just want to put that out there.
I have. That covers trash.
All right. So, what tools are you guys working with? Let's start with C-Bizzle.
I am using some drafting pencils. using that, and then I'm gonna follow up with some color fine line pens,
All right.
and of course got my trusty drawing board because my art table is all the way in another side of the house. Didn't feel like dragging it all the way in here, so I'm using this.
All right. Green shirt guy, what tools are you working with?
Okay, so mine is a multi-stage process for this thing. Sketched it digitally, most of it, at least a starting point in Procreate, and then I printed it out on a 8x11, and then I light boxed it onto the cover. So that's the setup, and then I'm using a Copic 0.3. I can't remember the company's name. Maybe they'll give me a sponsorship at some point if I use them enough. This brush pen, which I love because you can get all kinds of different line weights with it. Blue pencil. I also have a mechanical blue pencil. I don't know if you can see that. I have a white 0.8. What else do I have? And then if I get that far, I don't know if I'm going to do this in color or if I'm just going to stay black and white, but I've been using these Michaels brand. They're Artist Loft, but they're actually not bad. They're kind of like Copic markers. So if I just do black and white, I'm going to use these, but if not, I have other color ones too.
So the size you use is mainly 0.5s?
What's that?
The size you're using, are you mostly using 0.5?
For my pencils or for
your pencils and your pen?
the pen? The pen's a brush pen actually.
Okay.
So I can vary the line. Oh, hold on. I don't know if I can get it close enough. So I can vary the line.
I see it. Okay.
But then to do the fine detail, I like this 0.3 because I can do really fine detail and I can double up the line and it's not quite super thick right away. But if I want to get even thicker, I go to this. And I usually use this as my outline too. But then for pencils itself, 0.5, 0.7, 0.2.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do some quick facts, but first I want to do spin for a duck. So our first duck of the night hashtag is drawing is fun. So put that into the comment section. I'm gonna put a banner up here for you guys, so you know, for people just coming in. Drawing is fun. Okay. So some quick facts. I'm gonna switch you to drawing, all right, green shirt guy?
Yeah, I should probably draw a little bit, huh?
Yeah. There you go. All right, some quick facts that I looked up. In classic stories, Superman's birthday is February 29th, Leap Day, and he is portrayed as being 29 years old. The third Monday in May, coming soon, is Miracle Monday, a holiday in which people set an extra place at the table for Superman.
Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that.
Cliff is doing
Cliff's
that.
not even doing that.
Speaking of Cliff has blessed us with a $2 super chat. So Cliff, for that $2 super chat, you get. I have to put that. Oh, Cliff gave me the video. I'll have it up for the next live. Cliff gave me a nice video so we can give shout outs to everybody that have super chats. So Cliff, you get a duck for that super chat, which I'm sure you'll say who you're gonna give that duck to later. Here's another fact: the top-rated superhero TV episode of all time was Lucy and Superman from I Love Lucy. It was viewed by 48.3% of American households compared to around 38% who watched the Super Bowl today.
What's funny about that episode, and I think Cliff talked about this when I mentioned it at the shop, is it's George Reeves, right? Not Christopher Reeve, George Reeves. And they don't. He's not credited on the episode. He's just credited. It's just credited as having Superman in it.
Wow.
They don't mention his name.
Another fact: The Superman radio show was responsible for the decline of the second Ku Klux Klan after producers infiltrated the Klan, learned their secrets, and made them villains on the show. A Superman festival is held each year in June in town of Metropolis, Illinois. The town got permission to be the official home of Superman in 1972 because it's the only place in North America named Metropolis.
Nice.
It's interesting.
Very interesting.
It's where is it again? What state?
Illinois.
Illinois.
So it's probably like Smallville more than Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yes. It still makes sense.
This says survivors of Krypton's explosion, Crypto and a lab monkey named Beppo, and Supergirl, who survived on Argo. The Phantom Zone's criminals also survived, and the bottle city of Kandor was kidnapped by Brainiac.
Yep.
Other criminals, Krypton abolished the death penalty, and before Jor-El discovered the Phantom Zone, people served a sentence in a capsule placed in suspended animation that orbited the planet. This included Dev M, Jor-El's juvenile delinquent neighbor who took the warning seriously and placed himself into one of the pods. Another trio of criminals simply off-world at the time. Perhaps the strangest temporary survivor was the caveman from Krypton.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Superman didn't have green shirt guy. My God, you're like
You have a dry cough.
right,
What do you want me to do?
but you right in the mic. Jeez.
He has some Honey Nut Cheerios too.
Oh, put some milk in it. Superman didn't have any powers when he entered the bottle city of Kandor, so he adopted a secret identity. He and Jimmy Olsen became Kandor's dynamic duo, Nightwing and Flamebird.
The
Yes.
city of Kandor doesn't have a yellow sun, right? So
Yeah.
True. And that's where
Dick-
Nightwing get his name from.
Yeah, Dick Grayson Robin later adopted the name Nightwing in honor of Superman after he joined the Teen Titans. Here's some Superman childhood. The earliest Superman stories showed him as a superpowered toddler wrecking an orphanage, and Super Baby stories became a popular backup feature. Think of Sweet Pea and Popeye or Baby Herman.
Oh wow.
Yeah. The last of these was Letitia Lerner, Superman's babysitter, which was pulled from shelves in 2000 because it showed a baby getting in the microwave. Oh no. No,
that
that,
reminds me of.
What? Incredibles?
No, but you're gonna laugh at me. There was this soap opera at one point. I can't remember the name of it, and it would always come on when I got home from work. And there's an episode where, long story short, the backstory is there's a woman who's like one of the villains on the show. She's a witch, and she has like animated this doll named Timmy, I think. And anyway, she gets Timmy to do her little bidding to screw with her neighbors. And she put at one point they're fighting. She puts Timmy, who's a doll, like a My Little Buddy doll, in the microwave. And then there's an inset on the screen in the right-hand corner that comes up and is like, what she's doing's wrong. Please don't do this at home, kids, if you're watching. I'm like, what kids watching soap operas? Maybe get them away from the screen. It made me laugh.
I can tell you what kids being watched by their grandparents.
Probably true.
I remember Days of Our Lives, General Hospital when I was growing up.
Here's a little quick overview of Absolute Superman. DC Comics Absolute Superman is a superhero comic book series that presents a radically different version of the iconic character. Written by Jason Aaron and illustrated by Rafa Sandoval. The series launched in November 2024 as part of DC's Absolute Universe imprint. In this universe, Kal-El charges his body with Krypton's red sunstone instead of drawing power from Earth's yellow sun.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean he's not allergic to kryptonite?
They haven't brought up
No.
kryptonite yet, so
They kind of did. Like when the Krypton was spewing some type of green mist or something like that.
yeah, you're right.
So I'm thinking that could be kryptonite.
Who's got a coin? You got the
I
coin,
got
green
the
shirt
coin.
guy?
I got the coin. So yeah, so this is our first little segment. And
Hold on.
since
Let me put
I'm
the.
flipping
Let me
the
put
coin,
the.
you get to.
Wait. Gotta get the video
Oh
first.
yeah, go
Wait.
ahead.
So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
Right on. So and since I'm flipping the coin, C-Bizzle, you can choose. It's a regular Kennedy $50. Do you want heads or tails?
I'm going tails.
All right. So I will flip, and it is heads. So
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, I'll talk to you. I'll ask questions first.
Okay.
And I'll let you keep drawing since I'm kind of inking at this point. All right. So first question. I know you fairly well through the show, but let's go with give me a quick synopsis, quick bio of C-Bizzle.
Quick bio of
If you
C-Bizzle.
give me the montage version if this was a movie. To
Oh wow, montage. I'm gonna keep some stuff out because I don't want to incriminate no people. Born and raised in the city of Detroit. That's why I have to say that. I'm the middle child of three. I have an older sister and younger sister. I'm actually a junior. My actual name, I am a junior. I'm named after my father. Like I said earlier, I started drawing after seeing my father draw Batman on a napkin. When I want to say I was 5 or 6, and that inspired me to draw. One of the first things I really loved to draw was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They literally had like contests in my elementary school who could draw them better. Those and those there was like these little balls with the faces was all disfigured. I can't think of it. It's real old school. I won't look it up. I'll let y'all know. But fast forward, high school. Believe it or not, I'm not really too ashamed of it because I made up for it. I actually failed cartooning 1 and drawing 1. I failed both of those classes to the point where the art teacher told me never to come back into his classroom.
Really?
Yeah, it was real bad. Because I just didn't want to do the work as a kid. And
That's
then
fair. But still.
Yeah, but my 5'8" grandmother got a hold of me. And then it changes a few things. And so I got back and doing the right thing, and I actually passed both classes with A+.
Nice.
And I became like I finished like 3rd place out of the whole school as in several art contests. Because the art teacher saw something in me and kept making me, hey, you need to keep going. And when I graduated, I took a 7-year sabbatical of going to school, and I just worked. But in that time, I had a comic book published. It's called Dogs, Detroit Organized Gang Squad. We sold about 850 copies in the city of Detroit.
Nice.
I still have 1 copy left on my personals. It's bagged and board and put away. And then I decided to go to college. I went to Brown College Institute, where I have a bachelor's degree. I became the first African American out of that school with a bachelor's degree in video game design.
Oh wow.
And then
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. And then I came back and just kept drawing. Never really published another book, but still had a love of comic books. So I started collecting again when I moved back to Detroit back in 2011. I missed the whole Miles Morales wave. I'm still regretting to this day. And here I am. Here what you guys.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. How many comics do you own?
Technically, I'm getting my CLZ app because that tells me up. I haven't scanned everything yet. Still probably missing about 100 or 200 of them I haven't scanned yet. But total 11,112.
Right on. Now, are those all floppies, or does that include trades?
I haven't scanned my trades yet. I only scanned like 1 or 2 of my trades, but 99% of them are floppies.
Right on.
Mhm.
All right, what else do I have? What's your favorite board game?
Oh, favorite board game of all time?
Mm.
Oh, easily Clue.
Clue?
Clue. Yeah, easily.
Right on. Okay.
Hands down. Nothing, not even close.
And who do you use?
I see. I'm different. I changed it up. I could go with Colonel Mustard one time, or Mr. What was that?
Mr.
Was it
Green.
Mr.
I think,
Green?
is one of
Yeah, Mr.
Mr.
Green.
Green. I think the rest are
So
all women, right? Except for the butler.
Yeah, so I would flip flop between them because I when I play board games, I don't like to use the same one because I don't want to be predictable.
Mm.
So yeah, that's why I like playing that game. I like options when I play board games.
Mhm.
Like I don't play Monopoly. That's of the devil.
Yeah.
It is.
Wow.
I've cussed
Alright,
out many
so-
people during Monopoly.
If you question me, I'll tell you my board game story with my mom. What is your favorite breakfast?
I would have to say, God rest her soul, my mother made sausage, fried potatoes and onion, and then she would make a whole sheet of like a biscuit, but it'd be like a whole sheet, and she called it the whole cake. And it'd be like just one sheet of biscuit, and she just cut it up in squares. And I would have it with this molasses, not syrup, but molasses.
Ooh,
It
you
was
said
so delicious.
molasses. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I would come back home, like especially when I would come back home from college. I visited my mom. Every time she'll make sure she had that breakfast ready.
Right on. Molasses is definitely an acquired taste. If you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't mind it on stuff. That's not.
Yeah.
I don't go looking for it though.
No, I don't go look. Only
Having
time.
said that, though, I do like molasses cookies.
Yes.
Let's see. If you were in Florida, how would you sell hot cocoa?
Try to put some flavorless liquor in it. It has to be some type of liquid, flavorless liquid in it. Ice, of course. So it won't be a hot cocoa, it'll be a cold cocoa.
Nice.
Coco.
Yeah. Because I'm in love with the cocoa.
Coco.
But yeah, that's what I would do. I would put some type of alcohol beverage inside of it.
Nice. Do you sing when you're in the car alone?
Oh, baby, listen. If you ever in my city and you see a black man in a small little car dancing, I'm dancing and singing, that would be me. Like it could be anything from Taylor Swift to Michael Jackson to gangster rap, whatever. Garth Brooks, I'm singing it and I'm dancing it.
I said Taylor Swift.
Heck yeah, I don't mind. So, fun fact: my father was a musician, and he played some shows with George Clinton. So,
Really?
what he did was, yes, sir. So what he did was he will go out and make sure we listen to all types of music. Him and my grandfather had a record company, and To this day, I cringe and be pissed off when I hear the name Anita Baker.
Really? Why is that?
Yes, because they had an opportunity to sign her,
Oh,
but they listened to outside sources and saying that she could not sing, so they didn't sign her.
well, I think
So-
every record producer
Yeah.
probably has one of those, but that's
Yeah, and then it turns out that I could have been rich.
Yeah.
I found out a little fun fact about Anita Baker when it came to the Boomerang soundtrack.
Yeah.
She was supposed to sing the songs that Tony Braxton sung.
Oh, okay.
But I forget what happened. I don't know. She got pregnant. She got sick. I don't know what happened. But she was like, let the girl on the demo do it. And they let Tony Braxton do it, and the rest is history.
Tony Braxton and Anita Baker got similar voice.
That's why you got to be ready for your chance.
Yep, that's what Eminem says. You only got one shot.
For real, right? Okay. You already answered that one. Let's see. CGC or CBS? CBCS?
Either or, whichever one gives me the book, whichever will work. Because I just want to have the book encapsulated and make it look good on my wall. I don't have no preference. Another fun fact: I literally live only like 15 minutes away from CBCS. So.
Oh, I knew that's true. I didn't. Yeah, that was a dumb question. I should have. All right.
It's not a dumb question. No questions are dumb.
Okay. You've been given an elephant. You cannot give it away. What do you do with it?
Oh, have it in the backyard and charge people to either pet it or ride it. Make some money off of it.
Right on.
Hey, yo.
I knew that was coming. I ain't say that elephant.
What snacks are a must for you when you go on a road trip?
Reese cups. I gotta have my
hear
Reese
that.
cups. Better made plain potato chips. Is better made chips are chips that are mainly found and made in Detroit. And Faygo Pop.
Faygo, no less.
Yes, I love
So
Faygo.
would you say that you're a
No, I'm not a juggalo. Not a juggalo whatsoever. Whatsoever.
Right on. Let's see what else do I have. No, I want to.
You got one more question?
I got
Give me
two.
one
Let me
more.
do two, and then I got a quick lightning round.
Okay.
Okay. If you were given 3,000 comics, but you were only allowed to read 200 of them, how would you choose which 200 to read?
How would I choose it? Based on if I'm familiar with the character, whoever I'm most familiar with, and then if I recognize the storyline. So case in point, if I see Kingdom Come, I'm going to read how many issues that is. If I see X-Men Inferno, I'm going to read that. Things of that nature. If I'm familiar with the storyline, I'm going to read those. In some cases, if I see the artwork and it looks amazing, like a Michael Turner cover or Jamal Campbell cover, I'm going to pick it up and read it.
Right now. All right. We'll do lightning round last. I got okay. Last one is. Hold on, where's my good one? I'll save that for next time based on what we just asked. Okay, I'm going to give you a would you rather every 2 weeks. So this one is, would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses. That way I could,
And why is that?
Because then once I'm done with them, and I could cook them. More food
You
for the
think you
family.
can take all 100 out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I can't take a horse-sized duck. Like just one bite of that duck, I'm gone. Have you seen the inside of the mouth of a duck? It's not pretty.
True, but if
Yeah.
there's 100 of them attacking you at the same time,
I still take them.
you can
still
take
take 'em.
Godzilla and fight them.
Yep. See, thank you. K-pop is on my side. Thanks, K-pop.
All right, so then my last set of questions are what I'm going to call ink it or erase it. So you either yes, you like it, keep it, or let's get rid of it. Ready?
Okay.
Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, erase it.
Oh,
Pineapples
no.
do not belong on
I
pizza.
thought I liked you. Oh no.
I'm strong on that one. Ever since I was a
All right.
kid, I did not like pineapples on pizza.
Oh, I love Hawaiian pizza. All right, well, I'll let it go. Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
We can ink it. It's not bad. I like it.
I love it.
That's my favorite. All right, let's see. Foil covers. I know this. I know the answer to this one, but I just figured I'd ask anyway.
I love foil. We're gonna ink it.
All right, and then let's see. Flannel.
What was it?
Flannel.
Oh, we can ink that because I said I live in Detroit. I also lived 5 years in Minnesota. You had to have flannel.
Right on.
That's the only way you keep warm up there.
All right, last one in honor of what's happening in the Hudson Valley, although it wasn't that big a deal. People still freaked out. Snow.
Oh, okay. This is a two-parter.
Oh.
To be inside the house, ink it. To be driving, erase it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Those are mine,
All right.
and I'll save the rest of mine for next time.
All right, let's spin for that first duck of the night. 15 seconds in the chat. Put the comment into the chat. Hashtag drawing is fun. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. I'm going to go slow. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw. Who's going to win the first duck? Las Cruces. You're in there, Las Cruces. Very, very nice. Second duck of the night is Up, Up, and Away. Banners at the bottom. Up, Up, and Away. And we are going to start the C-Bizzle section.
Uh-oh.
Where you were going to ask Green Shirt Guy questions.
Okay, my question's not as fun as his. My questions are mainly art style type of questions.
Okay.
What first inspired you to become an artist?
That's a great question. I don't know if I ever was really inspired necessarily. I just remember drawing from a really young age and people telling me I could do it. So I kind of kept doing it. And then I just like doing it because I've been doing it this long. So I don't know if there was ever like I saw this guy and now I have to draw. There are artists that I see now. I'm like, oh, I wish I could draw like that. But, you know.
Yeah. Nice. Do you prefer working on traditional paper or digital platforms, and why?
It's a good question. I think it kind of depends on what I'm doing. Like something like this is fun, but if you notice, I started it digitally because it's a little more forgiving. When I do stickers, though, which I have been doing a bunch of, I like doing them digitally because it's easier than trying to scan it and then redo it. So it's all in one place, and then I just I send it off to get printed off. So it like I said, it kind of depends on what I'm doing.
Nice. Can you share a project or moment in your career that you're particularly proud of?
Ooh. Well, fairly recently, and this is gonna sound morbid, but please bear with me. I had a handful of people's parents or older brothers pass away, and I started doing portraits of them without telling them I was doing it. And then when it was done, I would just send it to them. And they were like, "Oh, you didn't have to do that." I'm like, "I know I didn't have to. I'm hoping that I got the person close enough that it's worth you keeping, instead of, oh, that doesn't look anything like the person who passed away," that kind of thing. So I have I at some point maybe I should bring them on and show everybody. I have about 8 or 9 of them that I've done, and there's a couple that are still kind of hanging out there, and a couple that I have planned. But it's one of those. I just do it just to do it. It's not like I want recognition. Just I do it and then I send it to the person. So yeah, I guess those.
Nice.
Before you ask the next question, C-Bizzle,
Yes,
just a reminder, Green Shirt Guy, you ought to be drawing during
I know.
this
I'm thinking. Well,
section.
you didn't yell at C-Bizzle when he was doing this.
He was drawing.
I'm drawing. Simmer down.
I'm still drawing too. Okay. Next question. What advice would you give beginner artists who is inspired to draw?
Don't give up. There's a lot of stuff at the beginning where you think, I can't draw this. It's all just repetition and practice. What I tell my sons when they ask, well, how do I draw this? I'm like, don't look at the big thing. Look at the small pieces of it. Well, there's a circle there, so you can draw a circle, right? Yeah. Well, you can draw the triangle that's right next to it. Oh yeah. And then just work on it's drawing. And anybody can draw. The people who get very good at it practice it daily and put in the work to get better.
Nice.
So I would say just don't give up. Don't get frustrated.
What drew you to the world of comic books?
I've always loved great stories. And there's been times when I've gone away from comic books and come back. Batman's always been my favorite, so I think maybe he kind of drew me back in maybe 10, 15 years ago again. But yeah, the art. What I love about the art form now is it's truly like an American thing. It's one of a kind. There are other parts of the world do it, but it's our thing, and now everybody loves it, and it's different. It's different than any other art form.
That is true. What is your most rewarding aspect of drawing? What keeps you motivated through the more challenging parts?
The hope that I can get better. There's always that dream that someone's gonna pay you to do it, but that the what gets you through it is the joy of doing it, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I'm the same way. How do you handle feedback and revisions from your peers that will see your artwork and they give you certain feedback? How do you handle that?
Well, there's certain people I talk to and I ask, hey, what do you think of this? Or I'm having a problem with this, that kind of thing. So it depends on who it is. Like there's certain people's opinion who I value more than others. So I guess that's really what it is. If I really am having a problem, I really want true feedback. There's about three or four people that I talk to. I'm not gonna tell you what it is on here, but they kind of probably know who they are, that I go to. Nice. I always ask my wife, but she's probably more critical than I am, so sometimes I don't ask her.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm like, I know that, but I also don't need you to say some of the other stuff.
So my next question, I'm going to ask just 2 more questions because I don't want to use all of them up today. And I know it's not for this particular project that we're doing now, but how do you approach? What's your role? What roles do coloring and shading in your artwork? How do you collect? What role do they pertain when you be drawing?
I'm not as good a colorist as I'd like to be.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I think I need to work on. I don't trust myself. I can see the colors. I don't necessarily know how to put them in and blend them digitally anyway. Like I can kind of do it with markers, but I wish I was better. What was the question again? I missed part of it. I'm forgetting.
Just basically how colors and shading played a role in your artwork.
When you say shading, what do you mean exactly? How do I shade?
Yeah, like how do you like right now? I don't have no shading on this character, so there's no defining. No defining like brings the character out more. Like
I always do that last. I probably should think of it while doing it, but I usually do that last. I'm like, all right, or it's in my head. I'm like, the light source is going to end up coming from this side, so this will be shaded on this side. I just don't necessarily put it in right away. I guess maybe because that way I can change it afterward if I don't like the way it looks to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my last question, and I almost lost my questions. Can you describe your artistic journey? How do you go from an aspiring artist to where you at now?
Oh, geez. So my art journey is I didn't finish art school because when I got there, I wasn't enjoying myself. It became more work than enjoying it. So I actually kind of put it down for about 10 years. And then out of nowhere, I was like, you know what? Why am I doing this to myself? I can just do it for me. And then now I'm doing stuff all the time now and trying to kind of get back into where I probably should have been 10 years ago. But yeah.
Nice. Okay. I don't see our host. Oh, there he is.
I'm here.
I see you now.
Gonna pop up in there. All right. So the next part, before we do both of you guys' top 3 character stories, what's your artist pick of the week?
Oh, I suggested this and I forgot to look at my books this week. Hold on one second. They're sitting right
I had mine up. I have Chris Allen. He drew the Ultimates #9, the first appearance of Luke Cage, Ultimate Luke Cage. I really like his artwork. I think he's been working on. No, he's a guest artist. Is he a guest artist on Ultimates? Yeah,
I don't know.
Because it's Juan is the actual artist. So yeah, Chris Allen. He did a great job with this. Now, mind you, I didn't pick up my book because I'm picking up tomorrow, but I still looked through it because I want to check it out. And I always like to check out the books that I'm going to be purchasing. But he did a phenomenal job. I love the way his characters look, how he created the Ultimate Luke Cage, and plus it's Black History Month. I had to pick a brother.
There you go.
What about you, green shirt guy?
So I'm gonna pick something of somebody that I picked up. Everyone knows I read Batman, and Jimenez is killing it. So I'm gonna go with Jorge Jimenez. He's my pick.
Yeah.
Very fine choice.
Upcoming weeks, my absolute favorite artist will be doing a book that I now have to buy that I don't buy because he's doing it. But we'll talk about that when it comes up.
All right.
I got a couple of those.
Let's spin for our second duck of the night. Up, and away. You have 15 seconds to put that into the comment section. Hashtag up, and away. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
I hope it's somebody I know.
Round and round it goes. Who's it gonna be?
Excuse me.
Clifford.
Hey,
again,
I
and
know.
he wants
I know him.
Yeah, he wants to gift it to L. Ron Hubbard. So L.
That's
Ron
fast.
Hubbard, you have won yourself a duck.
Nice.
Next and final hashtag is I'll put this one in here. Superman is Clark Kent.
Spoiler alert.
But Superman is Clark Kent. It's down at the bottom as a banner.
Look, I know we're drawing Superman, and he's a beloved character, but can we just talk about the conceit of that idea that he puts glasses on and nobody recognizes him?
Heck yeah. That's the greatest disguise of all time.
Let's get into favorite covers and stories. We're gonna start with C-Bizzle. All right, C-Bizzle, your thing is up there.
So I had to put my pencil down for this one. I am a sucker for white backgrounds on covers because it makes the color pop. I love the color palette of this. I have at least 3 or 4 copies of this issue by itself. Every time I see it, I'd be so tempted to buy it. I really, really enjoy it. And I love the story. The story itself. Peter Tomasi's run on Superman it should be studied. He's done a phenomenal job on this book.
All right, excellent. Then we're gonna jump over to Green Shirt Guy's first one. Green Shirt Guy.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty iconic cover.
Yeah.
I usually don't always go in for the old school art, but this one, when I think of Superman, is one of the covers I always think of. I know everyone thinks of Action Comics #1, that stuff, but this is the one I think of.
Well, excellent. Second cover from C-Bizzle, Superman 204. Is it Jim Lee?
It's a Jim Lee. You know I had to put a look. Green Guy, this is a good Jim Lee cover. It's funny enough.
When he tried stuff.
He kind of standing on top of a gargoyle-ish type of thing, almost like Batman.
I can't imagine why that is.
But I love the way it looks. You get the Deadly Planet in the background. I do have this issue. Every one of these covers that's shown, I have. I do own them, and I always thought this cover was amazing. It's so iconic of a Superman cover.
Okay. Second book from Green Shirt Guy, The Death of Superman.
I don't have this book, and this was during the period where I wasn't really collecting comics for a while, but I do remember when this came out, and I remember hearing people talk about they were going to kill Superman. I'm like, how are you going to kill Superman? And then they did. And now, killing is the main character of something, or a big character, is not a big deal. But this was big at the time. I still remember this. And what I love about this cover too is, he's dead, and they used his cape, but his cape is still kind of flying like a flag, like his symbol's still flying, even though he's dead.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's intentional or it's just,
I was this close of picking this cover too, but I chose not to.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, this was a big moment for DC.
It was a big moment for comics in general.
And comics in general, yeah.
This was before Jason Todd, right?
No, this was after Jason Todd.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember okay.
Because Jason Todd had the first phone call. You called to see if he wanted him to live or not.
Which, shocking, nobody did.
Yeah, they didn't give any choice with this one. But yeah, it was a great book, great story. But it started off a lot of other things as well. Third and final book from C-Bizzle is Crisis on Infinite Earths #7.
I mean, you can't get more iconic than this as well. I mean, this was shockwaves throughout the DC universe. Surprisingly, it don't cost that much. You probably get a pretty decent copy for under $20 online. I know I have. It's hard to get that 9/8. Then of course that would cost more. But I just really love that cover. Just to see the emotion of Superman. And I believe this is a Perez.
Right? Yeah, that's George Perez.
So
Ordway did the interiors though.
I'm not sure.
Can't remember.
But yeah, this is such an iconic cover. You can never go wrong with this Superman cover.
You can never go wrong with George Perez.
True.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right, and third final book from Green Shirt Guys, Batman Superman number 14 from the New 52.
So I collected a bunch of these, and I loved these when they did the selfie covers. So it was between there's another Superman. Well, there's a couple Superman selfie covers, but I love this one. And I, of course, even though we're doing Superman, I gotta throw Batman in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And I don't, I don't own any other books from this run except for that.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, and those are Green Shirt Guy and C-Bizzle's top 3 covers and stories. We have a question from the audience that we can put to you guys. I was looking all show because I know that was one of the things we wanted a question from the audience, and someone put one in there, and it's from JSS Brooklyn, and it says, so where do you guys draw inspiration for your work outside of comics? We'll start with Green Shirt Guy.
So I have 3 boys, and a lot of times I draw whatever they're watching. So they watch a lot of cartoons, so I end up drawing a lot of cartoons, which is fine by me. I more often than not like to draw the sidekicks, the villains, some of the side characters, because their character designs are more fun. So I've been drawing Jeff lately because Jeff's a fun character.
Okay, C-Bizzle.
Mainly sports and wrestling. As a kid growing up, I was a huge wrestling fan, and those guys, especially in football and wrestling, they go hand in hand to me. Those gentlemen are huge. They almost superhero-esque size in some cases. And the way they look, it always inspired me to say, oh, I could draw a character that looks like the Ultimate Warrior, or I could draw a character that looks like the Undertaker or Hulk Hogan, things Lex Luger. Or if you go football, Bruce Smith.
That's my boy too.
Yeah, I mean, those guys were huge, larger than life. So that gave me inspiration. And
it's funny that you chose wrestling and football since they're both scripted.
We're not gonna talk about that. Okay? We're not gonna talk about that. You ain't gonna be. Never mind. We'll skip over that. Another thing that always inspired me is kung fu movies.
Yes.
Like with ninjas and just regular Bruce Lee kung fu movies. The way he moves, the way the fight scenes go. And growing up, I see that the movies that are out, they use storyboard. So it's similar to what comic books are. So that, also inspired me to learn more about that side of the industry.
All right. Thank you for that question, JSS Brooklyn. As we're winding down the show, C-Bizzle, what is this C-Bizzle Quizzles?
That was his, but we went up swapping.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
So I have a couple other ones that were for everybody. We can all do it.
Go ahead.
Superman's greatest villain is. This is the fill in the blank portion.
Oh, I can play too?
You can play too.
Yes, please.
Oh, yay! All right, got Superman's greatest villain.
Yeah, you first, host man.
Oh, isn't it Lex Luthor?
That's your choice.
I get it now. His best villain. Yeah, it's Lex Luthor for me. Yeah, just the fact that he goes with his mind and not his he has no powers.
Mine will always and forever be Doomsday. Just for the simple fact, not only that he was able to kill Superman, but the fact that not kill him, I would say incapacitate, more or less. The fact that his power set is every time you beat Doomsday, you can't beat him the same way twice. And I thought that was amazing character design. So I'm gonna have to go with Doomsday.
Okay. What else you got?
I'm also going to go with Lex Luthor. I don't, you know, there's other villains and adversaries, but you know, for me, without Lex Luthor, you almost don't get to the other ones. So I'm going to go with Lex Luthor as well.
All right. And was that the only one?
Superman's worst or weakest villain is
Jimmy Olsen.
Okay.
He's always messing things up. And Superman gotta come save him. Superman got better things to do, Jimmy.
Does that make him a villain though, or is he just an idiot?
Or
Most villains are idiots. Some villains are idiots.
Yeah.
What about you?
I know I'm gonna say his name wrong, so bear with me. Mr. Mitsko.
Yeah, Mitzelplick.
Mr.
Yeah, him. Because he just, I mean, it's one of the few times. I know it's a few times that is when Superman tries to outsmart him to make him say his name. It has his name backwards, correct?
Right. To send him back to the backwards dimension or whatever.
Yeah. So I never really cared too much for that character. I'm more like when I see Superman, I want him to fight, you know, use his fist more than his brains. But that's just me.
All right, what about you, Green Sugar Guy?
So I'm going to get a lot of hate from the audience, I'm sure. I think Brainiac's weak. I think he's the dumbest villain. I think they overuse him. Anytime there's a Superman event, suddenly it's Brainiac again. I know, and I can see Cliff throwing things at the wall in his house right now.
What do you mean?
I think Brainiac is an overused villain. I think he's weak.
Ooh.
Superman's biggest weakness is
Lois Lane. Yep, I'm sticking to it. Lois Lane. I mean, but he has to overcome that weakness, but that is if you want to get at him. You know, Joker did it pretty well.
Yeah. I will say his Boy Scout attitude. I feel that sometimes he's one of the number one people in the DC universe, can dang near beat anybody and could possibly kill anybody he wants, especially anybody on Batman's Rogues Gallery. And he has this Boy Scout attitude of and I know it's probably because he was raised by his mom and pa out in Smallville and things of that nature. But sometimes you just gotta let loose. And that's kind of why I really like in this Absolute Superman more. The fact that he doesn't have that. He doesn't have those shackles of being this Boy Scout.
Green Sugar?
I would also say his sometimes and Batman falls prey to this as well. Sometimes you got to kill that villain. You can't just put him in prison all the time. So I would say that too. His altruistic nature sometimes gets him in trouble.
Yeah.
All right.
One last one. Superman's greatest strength is.
Superman's greatest strength is his love or will to do good. He always wants to do the right thing.
Yep. I will say his strength is him being very optimistic. When the chips are down, he won't give up. He feels that they could always have a fight. There's always a way for good to win. So I say that's his strength.
Green Sugar?
I don't know if I had one for this, although I thought it was a good question. maybe it's weird to say this because he's not. Maybe his humanity. So while it's a weakness, it's also his strength. He's looking to, like Stevens was saying, he looking to do the right thing, and it sticks with it. So yeah, I guess his quote unquote humanity, his he doesn't always have to kill the guy, so he's trying to find every reason not to. So I guess that's a strength as well, but sometimes it gets him in trouble.
True.
Shout out to JSS Brooklyn for giving us $1.99 super chat. I put you down for another duck there, JSS Brooklyn. If you do a super chat, you get a duck. Simple as that. All right, so we're at the end right now. So what I'm going to do, you guys want to show what you have so far? That would be great. Hold it up more closer to the camera.
Oh, they put this one last line in. Hold on.
Oh, let me take it off the board so I can actually show y'all.
Hold on. Where's the camera? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know where your camera's at.
This one. That's right.
There you go. Oh, very nice. Now, they're going to continue to work on these and try to get them in a giveaway or something. So, very, very nice, guys.
Tune in Monday because we're planning to have them majority done so we can show them on Monday.
Correct.
Excellent. Excellent. Before we spin
we have a question too.
Oh, I saw that question. Where did you meet C-Bizzle?
That for me or just in general?
I think it's for you.
I met C-Bizzle when he came on the show.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna
didn't
say.
know him before. Cliff introduced me to C-Bizzle.
Heck yeah.
And the rest is history.
I was a guest for like 3 weeks in a row.
Were you filling in for somebody? I don't even remember at that point.
No, I was a guest.
Yeah, he's a guest. All right. So next week is episode not next week, sorry. 2 weeks. February 20th. Thursday, February 20th, 7 p.m., 4 p.m. Pacific. Absolute Batman will be the subject in a couple weeks. So you want to tune in for that. On Saturday is dropping a new Council Conversations. Clayface the movie. Did anybody ask for that?
No.
So just tune
That
in for
was
that.
not on my bingo card.
That's a big fat no for me.
That's
And
dropping
I'm the
on
Batman.
Saturday. On Sunday, we have Film and Box Office News, episode 125. We're doing E.T. That's Phil's choice for the Steven Spielberg director's season. So make sure you tune in for that, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific. Then on Monday, New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, episode 128. We'll give you about 3 chances to win ducks on that as well. And we'll talk about all the new books coming out and new keys and hot keys. Then new comic book day, episode 132 on Wednesday, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. This show has won 2 awards for best ongoing series and best comedic series. And then also dropped on last Tuesday is the greatest interview ever. Well, for now anyway, featuring DJ Lynx and Izzyverse with Cliff. They were at Iacon. Make sure you tune in for that. And then we also have our Jurassic Park film review that is also up. If you want to check that out on the channel. And then tomorrow, but members, if you're signed up as a member, it's available for you right now. Members get all the videos first. But for everybody else, this is dropping tomorrow. We did our Fantastic Four First Steps trailer reaction and talk about it. So make sure you hit the notification button and all that.
I have to tune in because I had to leave early. I wasn't part of that. I had to go pick up someone from school.
I'm going to go through the comments and then we're going to spin for that duck. Las Cruz says, let me turn this music up a little bit. Las Cruz says, 1971. Thank you for being here. Omni Bo, hello from Staya. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Cliff, as always, thank you for being here, Cliff. Phil's Treehouse came through tonight. Thank you for being here. Phil's in the chat. Our very own Phil Spencer's in the chat. Phil will be hosting the Absolute Batman episode in a couple weeks, so that'll be fun. Again, JS says Brooklyn. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being here. Hafi Castro came through tonight. Jojo came through tonight. Thank you for being here. Larry Jackson, Big L. Thank you for being here tonight. Anthony, owner of Alterniverse, our beloved Anthony. Thank you for being here tonight, Anthony. We appreciate you. L. Ron Hubbard. Hello from Newburgh. Oh, funny thing. I'm from Newburgh, and so is Clifford. Thank you for being here tonight. Kenneth Bird, thank you for being here tonight. K-Pop Junkie, thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you. Who else, my friend? Let's see who else we got in here. Commieverse, he got his subscribe membership giveaway. So
Excuse me.
shout out to Commieverse. He put a nice post on Instagram. He does believe in C-Bizzle. We all believe in C-Bizzle. Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you. Almost there. Christina Payne, as always, thank you for being here tonight. Lok Nguyen, thank you for being here tonight. Evening, gents. Can I join for the next one? Oh, look at that. Already wanting to get on. We'll discuss it with C-Bizzle and Green Shirt Guy and get back to you, Lok, but I would like to have you on. It'd be very, very nice. But I just work here. Look. I just work here. I don't know. All right. Thank you, everybody. Let's get to this final duck. Where is it? There it is. Superman is Clark Kent. You have 15 seconds to put that in the chat. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Somebody's typing. Wow. I can feel you typing. Wow.
Superman putting on his glasses and then no one knows who he is. Very much the John Cena, nobody can see him. Trope.
Pretty much.
All right.
I can't.
Who's gonna win the last duck of the I'm trying to give him all the chances they can get. I'm trying.
I feel you on that.
Kenneth Bird.
Yes, sir.
Kenneth Bird, congratulations. You got yourself a duck. You are entered into the world's greatest monthly giveaway. Well, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode of Fill in the Blanks. Next episode of this show will be in 2 weeks on February 20th. Absolute Batman. Phil will be hosting. These two lovely guys will be back again. All right. So, for myself. Oh, hold on. Why am I not here? Okay. For myself, for C-Bizzle, for Green Shirt Guy, and the rest of the Council of Comics. We love you. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace.
The brightest day. Where are the heroes?